Welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am the host and creator, Theresa Cesare. My intention for this podcast is to deliver to you wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness through solo episodes and conversations amongst insightful people. It is my greatest honor to bring to you talks that come from the heart. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode. Today, I am so honored to introduce you all to two powerhouse women who embody purpose, service, and faith at the highest level. Dr. Monicia Porter, a trailblazer whose heart for humanity shines through her leadership and workshops, alongside Pastor Donna Walker, a visionary spiritual leader whose calling to serve and empower others has created a lasting impact. Both are living examples of what it means to lead by service and by God, creating powerful ripples of change within their communities and around the world through their Do More training. I felt so called to bring on Dr. Monicia Porter and Pastor Walker because I have the privilege of getting to host their upcoming incredible conference called Boot Up with the Boo, focused on women, empowering women, and preparation for the next level, scheduled for October 25th here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm so honored to join forces with these two women in which I admire and I'm so inspired by. So within this episode, you'll get to hear the backstory of how the Boot Up with the Boo concept was birthed and the mission. If you've ever wondered how one idea can spark a movement, how women can rise and lead from a place of service and divine purpose, or you want to get involved, come join, or help spread the word, this is your invitation. All the information, details, and links will be in the show notes. Definitely be sure to check those out and invite anyone you know. Friends, I'm so excited to dive in and tap into the wisdom, the spirit, and unstoppable energy of these two powerhouse ladies. Let's get started. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So before we get into the fun, I would love for each of you to just share with this audience who you are, what you do. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Dr. Monicia Porter.
Well, hey, I'm affectionately known as Dr. Mo. Pastor Donna actually nicknamed me Reverend Mo when she licensed me. And the Mo just kind of, now I'm Dr. Mo just kind of followed. And I'm a retired counselor from TUSD. I am a reservist. I've been in the military for 28 years, currently serving on active duty for 3 stars right now. But I am preparing to retire at the end of this year. And my personal mission is to really empower girls and women to walk in their full potential. And one of my favorite sayings is, I don't swipe at crowns, because I believe in lifting women up and not tearing them down. So I'm married and I have 4 kids. I'm a boy mom, 2 boys and 2 bonus daughters, and a husband that's kind of like my 5th child. And that's me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Love it. And next we have Pastor Donna Walker.
I actually am a retired civil servant, 30 years civil service, and now working for the district as well. I am the cares pastor at Rising Star Missionary Baptist Church, and I also teach at Church on the Street, which is a local homeless shelter. I have been there for 13 years. I teach a 5:30 a.m. class every Friday morning, and people ask me what I teach. I take biblical studies and put them into everyday living. I also I'm an author. I have 2 books out. One book is called Encouraging Words, They Matter. It matters what you say, it matters what you do. And I have a children's book out, and it's for military children that are moving. My daughter had a hard time. We were a military family as well. And so when she was moving around, I wrote this book so we could figure out what are some things that are going to happen. The one that I wrote was about Arizona, what you would see in Arizona and all the fun things.
I'm excited to share with this audience the conversation about an exciting event that started off as more of an idea. I want to talk about how the Boot Up with the Boo idea was conceived. This awesome Boot Up with the Boo concept.
So I teach at a homeless shelter, and there was a young lady there that was on track. She was doing everything right. She had a job. She was going on. And she comes to me one Friday morning, and she says, Pastor Donna, She goes, I have to leave. He loves me. He loves me. She had been with this guy that had been just a knucklehead, beating her up and doing all kind of crazy stuff. And she got away from him. But then he came back and he said he loved her. He loved her. And so I begged her. I said, just stay one more week. Stay one more week. If you stay one more week, I was positive that he'd do something else. And he came in and he was grubby and dirty and just terrible. She gets in the car. The car's raggedy. It backfires. And I remember saying, she's booed up with a boo. She's booed up with a boo. And so a couple of weeks after that, a young lady comes in my office and she said that she always wanted to work in an office. And she said, but she never finished high school. And I asked her, I said, why don't you go back to school? And she said, nobody told me that I could. And I said, oh my God, she's booed up with a boo, an idea in her mind. And then I had one more. I teach a Wednesday night class, and it was a young lady that came on, and she said that her baby daddy had hit her with a 2x4, but she had to go back. She was going to go back to him because her friends told her to, and because if she didn't, her baby wouldn't have a daddy. And I told her, if you go back, your baby won't have a daddy or a mommy. And I got off of there and I said, she's booed up with a boo. And so one of my friends, she said, girl, you got to do something with that. You got to do something with that. Because booed up with a boo is not just a person, it's a mindset. I had a person tell me one time that she was heavy and her husband said, well, you're too fat to even start working out. I was like, even if you just walk to the corner and come back, booed up with a boo is a mindset. It could be a heart set. It could be a person, anything that keeps you stuck, anything that keeps you from being all that you can be, anything that keeps you from being your amazing self. I'll just say this quickly. Monicia and I have a business. It's called Do Mo Training. And what we do is we set up workshops. You give us an idea and we do workshops and stuff like that. So of course, when we start talking about this, then it turned into boot up with the boo.
I love it. Love it. Do you want to add anything, Dr. Monicia Porter?
Donna and I are so in tune with one another that when the Lord gives her an idea, or even me an idea, it's like it just takes blossom. It blossoms. And so when she said it, we were both like, yeah, put up with the boo. We get excited about the thing. But even though it's a very serious subject, right? Because it's really for women of all ages. And not only that, the vision that Pastor Donna has, and the thing that really is important too is not just to identify those barriers, but also bring resources to help them overcome those barriers. So the people that are invited to the conference are people that are going to give those tidbits. And we're talking about a holistic person, right? Mind, body, spirit. We're worried about all of you because if any one of those is out of sync, then it's very hard to get up and move across that barrier or knock down that barrier or whatever it is you need to get beyond. And so Pastor Donna's vision is amazing. And then the fact that we can just run with it is even more amazing.
I mean, we have people
Right.
that are going to be coming about for education. We have a trainer that's going to teach us how to get our body fit. We have a doctor that's going to tell us what kinds of things we need to do for health. And we have some people that work in the mental health field that are going to come and talk about that. And we even have someone, and this one I'm really excited about. It's New to Me. Everybody can't afford to go to Saks Fifth Avenue and go and pick up an outfit or something, but you can go to the secondhand store. We have a young lady that you would not know it, but she dresses to the nine, and everything she has comes from a thrift store or secondhand store. So she's going to work with us and show us when we get something, it's new to us. And so she's gonna show us how to style it and make it just fancy. If we have to go to work, play, whatever.
New to me. Oh, well, I love it so much. Can you share the event's mission?
Boot up with a boo is literally empowering women to overcome obstacles that are keeping them from their full potential. Again, whether it be mind, body, or spirit. And in that, bringing them the resources to help them overcome barriers, to help educate them. And it's also for women that want to help other women. Maybe grab those resources to understand how to help another woman. Because you teach a man to fish, man, now he's going to eat every day. If I just give you what you need today, that's it. That's all you got is a meal. So we also are interested in women who want to come and get those resources and understand those same resources in order to help another woman. So it's just women empowering women.
My tagline for my entire life is you matter. That I live by that. And it's actually in my own personal book. But one of the stories I shared, I went and I did a workshop at a homeless shelter. And there were two young ladies that asked me to be their spiritual mentors. And both had been prostitutes, and a whole bunch of stuff had happened in their lives. And they were at the end, the cusp of it, to getting it together. And so they had, in order to graduate, they had to have a spiritual mentor. So I used to write little notes and mail it to them. I love earrings, so I would send them earrings and just kind of encourage them. And when they graduated, one got out, finished college, is actually in ministry. She's doing well. She got married, had a baby. All things are grand in her life. And so I asked her, what made the difference? She said, Pastor Donna, she said, I was in that room and I heard you say, you matter. You heard me say that. Same situation. The other one went back to her boyfriend and he robbed a pharmacy. And because she was driving the car, they both got life because the pharmacist got killed. I went to the jail to see her before she went off to prison, the second person. And I asked her, I said, sis, what happened? She said, when she got out, somebody told her that she would never, I get choked up every time I say this, but she would never do anything unless she was on her back. She heard it and she became that. She went back. She was booed up with a boot. I didn't know that term at the time, but that's exactly what she is. And it is my mission. It is our mission, Do Mo Training, that nobody ever gets stuck like that again. Because you matter.
And can we say this too? Because I think the title, sometimes some people may not understand it. It is not about romance. It's not being cuddled up with your boyfriend. It's not booed up with your boo per se, unless that is your boo. As in, that is not what God has for you and your purpose in life. That could be a relationship, a friendship, co-workership. It could be anything that's keeping you from your purpose. In this case, that young lady's, the power of life and death is in the tongue, and people don't realize it sometimes. But it's also why you're supposed to watch your ear gates, because you're not supposed to take in everything somebody says to you. But we're not always understanding of that. And that's Pastor Donna and I just want women to understand who they truly are, not what people say they are. And I think that's really the bottom line.
So if anyone listening right now feels like they're booed up with a boo in all the ways described, this is for you. If you are a woman who loves serving, empowering others, this is for you. Not only you, but you're called to bring a friend, a family, right?
Yes, please do.
It's sisterhood, it's community.
I'm a preacher, so I'm going to say this. It's kingdom. It's kingdom.
I love it.
It is kingdom. Absolutely.
Yes.
First and foremost.
It's so beautiful. And I'm just so honored to showcase this on the podcast, A, and B, thank you for letting me be part of it. I get to host. So all you out there, you see me hosting this show, KOLD, I get to host this incredible event, and it's just the biggest honor. And I can't wait to meet you all. I can't wait to see the success. And I think the fact that it's free is incredible.
Pistol Pete's Barbecue is catering. And so
my
we're going to have real food. We're going to have clothing that you're going to be able to choose from when we do It's New to Me. We're going to have actual clothes. You can come and get stuff. You can exchange stuff. You can donate stuff if you want to. We're going to have that. If you want to get signed up for school, we're going to have Campus EDU there. They can sign you up. I think we're actually I know we're going to have a doctor there that can tell you, hey, about your pap smears and your mammograms and all that stuff. Whatever is holding you back, we plan to have somebody there to help you. And then, of course, you know I have to do my thing. So we are going to have some fun with that as well. There's going to be prizes and just a lot of fun. And I think people are going to walk away better than they came.
There is a small caveat, though. We only have 100 spots.
Ooh.
So y'all need to run out there and get your spot, register. And we just put the flyer out and we're already up to 32. So once 100 hits, you won't be able to register anymore, but we only have 100 spots. So get up and come on down so that we can hook you up and you don't have to be booed up with that boo.
Yes, no more booed up with the boo, and whatever that way is for you, we all know it deep inside. I mean, honestly, I know that I'm going to even benefit from it because there's always something to work on New things always come as we're growing and evolving. Now, most importantly, everyone, the date. You're probably wondering, when is this? It's free. I know what I'm going to get. It's going to be amazing. October 25th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Morgan Event Center, 2308 South Park, Tucson, Arizona. There's a QR code on the social media, but I'm also going to drop the link in the show notes as well. So as you're listening, safely pull over, scroll down the show notes, click the link and get in there, because if we're already at 31 and it's more than a month away, yeah, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. I'm just so excited. Any other things that you want to mention about this event? Anything else? Signing up? What are the best ways
Oh,
to,
we want
yeah.
to make sure that you are comfortable. Please, we want you to dress casual and comfy is the dress code.
I
We
love that.
want people to relax because we actually are going to have a trainer to come out from her gym. I think she's actually bringing some other trainers, and it doesn't matter what your level of physical activity is. If you have to sit in a chair, if you can run a marathon, good for you. If you're like me, you get up and walk every day. They're going to have something for everybody. So we want you to be as comfy as can be.
Oh, I love it. I'm so glad you mentioned it, because I was about to wear my heels and a dress.
No, 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 no
But it
heels, no
doesn't.
heels, no heels
Yeah,
allowed, no heels
no heels
allowed.
on this one. It's comfy. Anything else you want to add to it, Dr. Monicia Porter?
No, that's it. I mean, come on. Can't
All right.
wait.
We're
We can't
excited.
wait. Oh, we're so excited, you all. Okay, so per tradition with this show, I always like to close it up and ask my amazing guest 3 questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Pastor Donna Walker, since I started with Monicia earlier. I'm going to ask you the first one. What is your favorite book?
Okay, so for me, it kind of depends on where I am. So
Mm.
right now, my favorite book is Think You'll Be Happy, and it's by Nicole Avant. And what it is, it's moving through grief with grit and gratitude. She lost her mother, and she is telling how she forgave, how she moved, and to still be thankful for the time that she had. And I love that because even in times of darkness, God is still there. Even when times are hard, we still have to look for that beacon light. So that's where I am right now. But you think it, and you'll be happy.
Great recommendation. And what about you, Dr. Monicia Porter? What's your favorite book?
So Donna and I are so parallel. We talk about it all the time. But
I
my
love
favorite
it.
book right now, and it's fitting because I had that book, I put this book away years and years and brought it back out. But right now it's a letter to my daughter by Maya Angelou, who never had a daughter. But she talks about these same booze from, back decades ago. These same booze were affecting her life and those people around her and those lessons. And it's a little hard to read. It's a hard read, but it's so fitting for this event that it was like, wow, I can't even believe I just brought this out and read this right before it all came to fruition. And I was like, that was about maybe October of last year. And I was like, there's a reason I read that book. And I read it a lot when I was younger. But right now it's so funny because right now I feel like that's the one that God has put on my heart. And because if I named all, I don't have a favorite book. I have several. So you would just be like, it's time. We got to go.
That ends up being a question that everybody's like, oh, I have so many. Yeah, but I love it. And you both said what was the book you're reading right now. And that's like perfect. All right, next question is going to be, because I love affirmations, and I know you both love the power of word as well. Pastor Donna Walker, what is your favorite affirmation that keeps you motivated, inspired, keeps that mindset so you're not booed up with any boo?
Mine is you matter. You matter. Some people don't know that, but I want to tell the world. I want to tell the world that they matter. You matter. And it's just a you and a matter. That is my handle. You matter.
And so then they would say, I matter. I matter. Remember that. I love
They can
that.
hear they can hear me say that.
Mm.
Hear me say it. And that's what's important. Because sometimes we hear a lot of stuff, but that's not what we always hear.
And Dr. Monisha Porter, what about you? What's your favorite affirmation?
Say, I am not sufficient of myself. Let me tell you why, because that doesn't sound like an affirmation, but it is. It reminds me that I don't have to be. I can lean on God. I'm a leader, so I'm a type A personality, and I forget sometimes that I don't have to carry the weight. So I have to remind myself that I'm not sufficient. And it's out of 2 Corinthians 3:5. It's part of that verse, but I'm not sufficient. I remind myself I don't have to be, because I'm made perfect in him and he's there to help me carry that burden. So I am not sufficient works for me because it reminds me that I don't have to be, because he is going to meet me where I am every single time. And he never fails. Never.
Thank you for that. What a relief too, right? We need to remind ourselves.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. And then the last question, Pastor Donna Walker, what do you want to be known for? Your legacy?
I and this is an honest one. If I can help somebody, I've had people come up to me sometimes that have been in my workshops, and it may be 200 people in the workshop, and they walk up and they, Pastor Donna, I remember you told me this, you did it. That if somebody could just get up and say, Pastor Donna helped me. She helped me along the way. I was about to give up, and she was there.
Wow, that's so powerful. And Dr. Monicia Porter, what about you?
I think for me, it's like what I said earlier. I want to be known for lifting crowns, for straightening crowns. It's one of those things I want to be remembered for being uplifting.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Please download, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Also, be sure to visit my website at theresacesare.com to check out my inspirational merch, connect to my social accounts, and much more. May you continue to be filled with wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness. Otherwise, friends, I will be back in 2 weeks for another episode of Heart to Talk.